It's the city's 7+ hills. Welcome to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, a good scrap in the AFC North. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. Ready to get this game started. Here's Evan McPherson. And we're off and running at Paycor Stadium. Rasheen Ali on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Kate, he just continued showing he can run anywhere and anytime he wants, including to nearly a third MVP award. I love the 4,000-yard passing season, and sure, 45 total touchdowns now. Now it's just getting back to that elusive Super Bowl for the Ravens.
Short pass brought in. And he's tackled for a short gain.
I'm not going to lie, I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Lamar now from the gun. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. That play good for 17 and a first down.
That's good for a Baltimore first down.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
First and 10. Here's Jackson. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be third down.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
Jackson now on third. This one's to Andrews outright. Before he can find any yards, he finds that sideline instead. That's going to bring up fourth down.
You know, I don't mind the scheme. In fact, I like the call. Just not on that third down in particular. Need to get it closer to the sticks to have a chance to move those chains.
The Ravens going to punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. Baby, there's way too much behind that kick, and he knew it. That's all the way over the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bengals now as they get set for their opening drive. And at the helm, won his second Comeback Player of the Year award last year with a career-best season. Now in year 6 here in the NFL, it's Joe Burrow.
When Joe Burrow's between the white lines, he's one of the game's best and most entertaining quarterbacks. He just has a cool factor that is the envy of so many. Nothing seems to bother them other than some injuries that unfortunately have ended seasons early. When he's on the field, timing, the anticipation, Kate, the precision with which he plays, he has very few peers. I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Brown on the inside give. He dodged the tackle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
35-yard line.
All set to go now from the 35. First down, Burrow to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was how is he going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical, and that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, he better be ready for some contact.
Backfield is empty as they motion him out right. Has it downfield. It's Chase. He makes it in for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown.
It's an old adage, but it's a true adage. Speed kills. And gosh, I love that, Kate. Right from the jump, you don't wait to get your playmaker started. Get him the ball early and put a fear of God into this defense.
Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bengals will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Bengals 7, Ravens nothing.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Fields this one at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now we'll get set to see the Baltimore offense for the second time. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Throw right side is caught by Hopkins. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit. And you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. Now I'm hungry. Just a yard left to go on 2nd down. They give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Henry. A gain of 6.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
A draw now. This is Henry. And he's going to be hauled down after a gain of about 7. It's 2nd down.
The tackle by Demetrius Knight. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 45-yard line.
That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. The Bengals are out in front. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. Back at beginning of the 2nd quarter, Ravens in possession. They're looking at 2nd and pretty short. Another run for Henry. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
First down throw for Jackson. Gets it downfield. On target to Flowers. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That is Tyler Luke, now on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Here's Charlie Jones with the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Bengals and Jamar Chase about to take over on offense once again. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. First call here coming from the shotgun. Burrow from the gun. Gets it to his man, Mike Gesicki. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And a fresh set of downs for Cincinnati.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
From the gun, again to Brown. And that's good for a gain of 5. Malachi Starks read that nicely. He makes the stop.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Burrow out of the shotgun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, that's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Burrow. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. The defender was waiting for that one to make a play on it, knocked it away, forcing 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
So on 4th down, Bengals calling on Ryan Rico for the punt. And this one skips out of bounds and will be marked inside the 30. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, gotta expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much. Those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
Henry gets it here to start the drive. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
And the Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score is getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
First down, here's Lamar. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They gain 11 on that play, and that's good for a Ravens first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. Fits it through the middle. And their next snap is going to come from the red zone, Brock. He's down to that 17-yard line. They get 22 out of that play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. They'll pitch it to Henry. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain.
There's no question, Kate, the big plays down the seam or big tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Ravens get some late points and the lead. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown.
Hey, Kate, that play, I don't think it started out as a touchdown run. I think he was thinking first down, but all of a sudden, a little bit of space opened up, those afterburners kicked in, and he made himself and his team a phenomenal play.
Here's Luke for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7.
Bengals 7.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. On the return, here's Jones. Shoots away from one. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Bengal offense getting the football late in the first half. They don't have much time left, but facing a small deficit, they could try to get this into field goal range. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Burrow now on first down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Escapes a defender. And the Ravens get the football on the first turnover of the contest.
The best defenses, you can go look at it through the decades, are built from the inside out. And that's not just stopping the run on the inside out. That's playing your coverage from the inside out. That time, beautiful job by the defense of taking away the middle of the field, getting that interception, and setting their offense up for success.
The Ravens and Derrick Henry making their way back out on offense. They have time to look to the end zone first here before they send the field goal unit out. Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's Lamar. Gets this one to Andrews. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
First down, Ravens.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. Lamar back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens will add to their lead at the end of the half.
Touchdown, Ravens.
Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Here's Luke for the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Ravens double their lead to 14.
21. Bengals 7.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here.
35-yard line.
Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. Burrow on 1st down. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Hits him on the out route. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. All right, with 6 seconds left, we've got a timeout.
That's good for a Bengals 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Now Burrow. Throwing for the end zone. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone, but they just can't finish the play.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
As always, big thanks to our guy Scott Hansen and everyone down in Orlando. We're back looking at a two-score game here, Brock, as our third quarter gets underway. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Samaje Perine on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Here comes the Cincinnati offense for the first drive of our second half. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Bengals getting set, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Starting the half with a give to Brown. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Burrow to the air now. They connect on the deep shot. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. How about a big hitter, 34 yards there and a new set of downs.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Hits him on the in route. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Perine. Had some room to work, and he took advantage, giving 7.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Brown quick on the draw here. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a first down, that's a bonus.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Perine. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Here's Burrow. Caught just shy of the goal line. He's got a Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals cut into the lead coming out of halftime. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
McPherson at the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bengals chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Bengals 14.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. We see the Ravens making their way out now. They've certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Jackson. To the left side, caught by Andrews. And he takes it forward to maybe the 23. Tackle made by Demetrius Knight.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach the 2nd down. Lamar now from the gun. Gets it downfield. On target to Flowers. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. They got 21 yards on the play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
A gain of 21 yards. 1st down, Baltimore.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You go to a Little League field, tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple, and he's someone you could depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
Out of the gun, Henry. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Chris Jenkins Jr. there on the tackle.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Jackson. Complete Derrick Henry. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Ravens ball as they try to keep that lead and close out a win. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. 3rd and long for him here. He's able to hit Flowers, caught. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's going to be a Baltimore 1st.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
This one's to Andrews outright. And this one does not go far.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Again, it's Jackson to the air. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking for Mark Andrews. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. So first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it, right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball, and they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
Throw right side is caught by Hopkins. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Here's Tyler Loop in a high-pressure spot. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Tyler Loop to kick
All
off
set up. Here's Loop to kick it away. On the return, this is Pirine. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So now here comes the Bengals on offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. Finds the in route complete. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Burrow from the gun. Ravens get him. Down he goes. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
We've learned how valuable sacks and a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball, and they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't find Jamar Chase on that throw. And that brings up 4th and long.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Down in the 4th, offense staying out there for this. Desperation time here. He puts some air under it deep down the left. He's got it inside the 25. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him a first on 4th down.
As a quarterback, you just know in that situation when you go for it on 4th down, it may mean sometimes throwing into double coverage. But if you're going to go for it, at least give your guy a shot to make a play. And against really long odds, he came up with a big-time catch.
Completed over the middle. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. To the air again. It's Burrow. Finds him over the middle. And he's not going to get the first. He made it real close, though, didn't he, Bronk? It's a gain of 5. 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd down.
We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Bengals down by 10. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Short yardage run here for Brown. And he couldn't get much there, but what he did get was absolutely crucial. That makes it 1st and goal.
It's a gain of a yard.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
This would put it back within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th.
Ravens 24, Bengals 21.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Returnable from the 2. He dodged the tackle. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Baltimore running its offense out now. They're headed down now defending not a 2-score lead, just a field goal advantage here. So wondering, Brock, is that going to affect how they approach a chance at closing this one out?
No, I don't think there's any question about it. Yeah, I think if it's a 2-score game, it's run, 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 take every second off and punt that ball. Not now. Now you've got to get to the plays that you trust and believe in the most.
Zone read, they'll hand off to Henry. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
He was brought down.
We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3-and-out.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Now put one of the tight ends in motion. This is Henry on 2nd. Ran into a wall that time. A couple of guys able to hold him right at the line of scrimmage. So 3rd down now. Cincinnati uses its 2nd timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Setting up to pass. Passes man, it's cut by Andrews. That's a 1st down for the Ravens, partner. And that should all but do it here. Final timeout taken by the Bengals. That's all they had. So the offense free to start running the clock down now.
19 yards. And the Ravens 1st down.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. A designed run. Jackson keeping it. A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And, partner, I know you took down plenty of division rivals in your NFL days. Heck, your conference opponents back in Washington in your college days always makes the win a little bit sweeter when it comes against a rival, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's just a little bit more emotion. There just is.
Yeah.
I mean, you try to keep every game level, and no opponent's bigger than the other, but familiarity does breed a little more contempt, and we could feel it today, and that's why that W is a little bit sweeter.
That does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Cincinnati.